Today I would like to come back again to the therapeutic exercises as we have started 5 weeks ago. And with every day it actually becomes clearer what kind of an endeavor it is to do Eurythmy, to stand up out of free initiative and do some very, very subtle movements, being surrounded by depression, by devastation, by very unpleasant moods out on the streets, maybe in the family, and to take a stand to become light, upright, to become the source of light. As we are surrounded by lies, by corruption going on right now, by distrust, by the consequences of corruption happening 50, 70 years ago, what kind of step is it to do Eurythmy? The first step is very, very important, to acknowledge a lax stand and find the upright until you feel you are a column of light. Light versus darkness and light versus weight. And then you extend this uprightness and lightness into the space behind. And into the space in front. And in the next exercise, you start from there and reach out every time, 12 times, from the center to the periphery. And you start this movement with your hands, not with your feet. You open the space and then follow into the open space. And the next 5 exercises are indeed this authentic sequence to strengthen the own immune system. It starts with the feet, yes and no, the movement of the left foot and the movement of the right foot. I'd suggest that you do this indeed 10 times. And that itself then gives you, again, a warm up in motion, in movement. I will do it actually only 3 times. And alternating. And this exercise bears in itself the quality of speeding up. The next exercise, sympathy, antipathy, not at all. It really should be done slowly. And it becomes also clear that this name, sympathy, antipathy, is not meant to be an intellectual thing or an emotional thing. No, it is carried down much further and becomes then a very deeply hidden attitude of will. And that is the reason why we don't show it in the face, we don't show it in our breathing or with the hands, but we only express it in this exercise with one foot and actually with the toes. So that element which is furthest down and furthest out. And I will also do that 3 times. Sympathy. And antipathy. In this exercise already, it becomes clear that the inner work is actually much stronger than the outer work, moving the right foot. So you do that as often as you like, or as often as your left leg can bear the weight. With the next exercise, it's also the mood, the inner feeling, which takes a bigger part of our attention, to carry out the mood of love. And to do that, I would encourage you to do that as long as possible. You may count along if you can do it 5 seconds, 10 or 20 seconds, which I will not do in front of the camera. And then to contrast that with the crossed gesture of the hands, where you have one touching point, one meeting point. Love and A. If you do it at home, do it at least 3 times. But then it's up to you how often you want to do that. And the next exercise, Hope U, has the same quality of a strong inner mood and a movement accompanying that. Again, I would encourage you to carry out and hold the mood as long as possible, and also move your arms slowly, still upwards, as long as you can do it. Hope. And U. use this exercise to your liking. Many people really like it very much because they feel immediately how it helps to breathe out. Just in a time when we're nervous or anxious and don't know what to do. So this exercise has quite an immediate effect. The last exercise is the most intimate, and I will show it once more and then make a comment afterwards. Ah and ha. So it needs a certain correct movement following the angle of ah outwards, and then a slow transition. And if you do it slowly, you really can observe with yourself that it gives you the feeling of entering a new space. That indicates that this last one shows it the strongest way that these exercises are indeed transformative. And if you find this feeling with yourself, try to become aware of it and also try to observe how long this feeling can last. Because then you shouldn't disturb it and truly rest after you have done these Eurythmy exercises. Lie down or find a very comfortable chair for 5 minutes to not do anything else. Thank you for your attention.